On today's show, Melissa Cross from the Rutherford County Habitat for Humanity talks about their upcoming big event. Hint, it sounds a lot like Hammer Time. And Jody Warren from Greenhouse Ministries talks about how they're not just a food bank, they actually help the community in so many ways. And check out our Purple Paws Pet of the Week. He ain't nothing but a hound dog. So whoop up some biscuits and gravy and grab a cup. Good Morning Murfreesboro for Friday, May 23rd, 2025 begins now.
Good morning, Murfreesboro. I'm Lance Chandler.
And I'm Rachel Albertson. Thanks for joining us for another week of Good Morning Murfreesboro, where we talk about what makes Murfreesboro shine.
Yeah, and we've had a little rough weather this week. But,
yes, the sun is shining today.
But I think, for the most part, it was just some maybe hail damage for some people. I saw some really big hail on Facebook that people were posting. Did you see that?
I saw little. I didn't see really big.
It was like massive, like golf ball size on some people.
Well, I'm thankful that we missed that.
Yeah, it was like, I could see it in the distance. We got a little bit, like at our house, not too rough, just a little bit of wind and a lot of rain.
Lots of rain.
But I could see it in the distance. It was just like dark, like really bad. So if you got a little damage, sorry about that, guys. If you got some trees down.
If your insurance company cancels you, we know a guy.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah, we know a guy.
We know a guy.
Yeah.
We
or
know a guy.
if you just don't like how they're handling things.
Right?
Let me know.
Price check, any of those things. Anyway, well, this weekend is a 3-day weekend for a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Memorial Day is on Monday.
Yeah. We got Memorial Day, so a lot of people will be hanging out probably at the lake and things like that. We also have another event that happened this past week.
Yes. It was Stephen, our editor. Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he had more words with this title, but it was his birthday, so happy belated birthday, Stephen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, real quick, let's go back to Memorial Day. And, some people get confused with Memorial Day and Veterans Day. And Memorial Day is when we talk about the people that we've lost.
Yeah, so, I said earlier, a lot of people will probably be barbecuing and cookout. We had that conversation, which is which, right?
Cookout. It's a cookout.
And they'll be at the lake and things like that. But also remember, everyone, that the day is Memorial Day, and it's literally in the name. We're remembering those that we've lost in war, veterans that we've lost that have sacrificed for our country. And it's not just people that have been lost in battle. It's people that have fought and died later on. We're remembering those veterans that passed and the ones that we lost along the way.
The reason that you get that 3-day weekend.
Exactly. And the reason we have our freedom is for their sacrifice.
Yes. Well, we're going to pick it up a notch.
Yeah.
Do you have a
Got to
joke?
bring it back up a little bit.
A little bit.
It was somber, but I do have a joke.
It's true, though. I mean, anyway.
Yeah,
all right, make me laugh.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Okay, I'm
It's
ready.
a weak one today. That's not the joke, guys. I was making a joke about retirement. It didn't work.
Nope. Not even a little bit. I don't get it.
It didn't work. It was retired.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. I'm sorry. It takes me a minute sometimes.
I know. Bless your heart. We need the sound effects again.
Well, we want to help all those new people. Welcome to Murfreesboro. We're going to teach you to talk like a Southerner, or at least understand what people are saying to you. So this week we have madder than a wet hen.
Yeah, you ever seen a wet hen?
No.
They're pretty mad.
But it's not meaning that there's actually a wet hen. It just means somebody's mad.
Yeah, they also hear madder than a hornet around here. That's another one too. Yeah. So that can be interchangeable if you
Animals,
hear.
insects.
Yeah, either one of those. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever been stung by a hornet, but
No, thankfully.
Look, if you've never been stung by a hornet, you're blessed, because they're not like a wasp where they like sting you once, fly off, or a bee sting you once and fly off. They can sting you like over and over and over and over, just one.
No, thank you.
And it's painful when they do. I got ate up on my hand one time by one, and it hurts.
No, thank you.
So, madder than a hornet, madder than a wet hen. Yep.
Okay. Well, the other thing, and it's not just Southern, and it's probably a lot of people say it. I said it when I used to live in Texas, but it's y'all.
Yeah. I mean, Texas is still kind of the South. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's like more of the west side. Texas is so big; it could be two parts of the country. It could be the South and almost the West Coast.
People's Republic of Texas. Yeah.
But yeah, Y'all.
Y'all. I don't really say that.
All of you.
We say you guys.
You guys. All y'all.
Both all y'all.
Both all.
Both all y'all. Anyway.
Both y'all.
Anyway.
Well, let's talk about what's happening around the country. We have National Barbecue Week, it's backyard barbecues, all the
cookouts.
Yeah, I'm debating, you can comment below, guys. I feel like smoking some ribs this weekend. I don't know. I might do it. We had Charlie on.
Right.
He's got some killer barbecue. Got all kinds of killer barbecue in this town. Comment your favorite barbecue place. Comment if you want some of my ribs.
It's like when you were talking about your Easter. What time are we eating?
Yeah, exactly.
Be there. And one of my favorite things today is National Road Trip Day. You know I'm about a road trip.
Yeah, when Rachel takes a road trip, She's like, I'll see you in 3 months.
It was only two, poor Lance. I'm like, hey.
Rachel's gone so long, she's like, I wonder if I could just fly back for a day and hang out, and then I'll go back.
It was fun. We did do 8,200 miles last summer, but we're keeping it close this summer and not going to be gone quite as long.
That's not too bad. Not too bad. Well, tomorrow is National Brothers Day.
Don't tell my brother.
I have all sisters, so.
Well, there you go.
And then
Sunday is the Indianapolis 500. Again, a shout out
phonetic.
to my sister. Yeah, Indianapolis.
Yeah, you like racing?
I've gone to a couple with my sister.
That's a southern word, racing. Racing.
Drop off that G.
And then we have National Wine Day, which is we're in
should be
Hemisphere.
drinking wine.
This is one of Rachel's favorite days.
I'm from the California wine country, so let's make sure that everybody knows I'm not totally just a wino. Then Monday, like we said, is Memorial Day.
Also, World Redhead Day. Well, that was a mouth. Sorry. World
Like
Redhead Day.
Those fiery redheads.
If you're a redhead, raise your hand. Not me, though.
True redheads can comment below.
Yeah, you can.
Tuesday is National Sunscreen Day, and skin cancer is a very real thing.
Yes.
Make sure you wear that.
Wear your
sunscreen.
sunscreen. Stay out of the tanning beds. Sun is
right.
better than tanning beds. That's what my dermatologist says. And then my favorite day is Wednesday, the 28th. It's National Hamburger Day. I love a hamburger. Oh my gosh.
Neil's not throwing a hamburger?
Oh, wait.
Oh, man.
Weak.
That's awful. Well, also on the hamburger day, we do have World Hunger Day. And summertime can be really hard for kids that are on the free or reduced lunch. They're not able to get breakfast and lunch. And so I wanted to mention that there is a non-perishable food drive. Today's the last day to drop stuff off at the Stevens Family Taekwondo. So if you find it in your heart, you're out today, bring some stuff by. They'll really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a really important cause. People don't know that. My wife's in education, and some students, that might be the only meal they get in the day.
Yeah.
So it's important. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then on the 29th, Thursday, it's National Biscuit Day.
Well, butter my butt and gold meal biscuit. Did I say it right?
I think so.
I think that's that's one of those.
It sounded like Yosemite Sam.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, moving right along. And that's to be real butter, none of that parquet. All right, well, on this day in 1900, Army Sergeant William Harvey Carney received the Medal of Honor for heroically protecting the American flag during the Civil War. And he was the first person of color to receive the award.
What a cool fact.
Cool.
That sounds like a Mr. Murfreesboro fact.
It is. I wonder if he knows that. Mr. Murfreesboro, we got a fact for you. 1934, the infamous gangsters Bonnie and Clyde were killed by Texas Rangers.
That's an amazing story, documentary, all that. That is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the actual car? They have it on display. I know you do a lot of traveling.
I can't remember.
I've seen so much. I don't know. Now we have some celebrity birthdays. Today, we have Olympic gold medalist, speed skater, Apollo Aton Ono.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he's 43.
The marvelous Marvin Hagler turns 73.
And then Drew Carey, if you stay homesick, guys, in your life, or you have a grandma, host of The Price is Right.
Well, it used to be Bob Barker.
I know.
For us people, born before
It was Bob Barker
1990.
for me, too. It was Bob Barker. I was around when the Drew Carey show came out. So,
True.
those 90s sitcoms, you just can't beat him. But he's 67, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. On Saturday, Bob Dylan turns 84.
One of the greatest of all time. What a songwriter. And that's unbelievable. Then Patti LaBelle, if you saw her on
American
Idol, the woman, 80 then, gonna be 81 Saturday, performed her heart out. Oh my gosh, that's just true old school R&B talent.
Yeah, there's no auto-tune. She
No.
just has it naturally.
No, just killing it.
Yeah. Monday, Lenny Kravitz turns 61.
Neil said nobody knew who Lenny Kravitz was.
I did.
I did, and I was like, Hunger Games, man. No, I'm just joking. I love music, so I love Lenny Kravitz songs. And then we have more music.
More music.
This is your turn to sing. Stevie Nicks, she's going to be 77.
We sang Happy Birthday to Casey on Wednesday, and I lip synced. I'm not allowed to sing. Just not a thing. Hank William Jr. turns 76.
That's unbelievable as well. And then South Park co-creator Matt Stone is 54.
Tuesday. The baseball great, I only know this because it's in our script. Frank Thompson, the Big Hurt, turns 57.
Yeah, Rachel does not sports at all.
I don't sports. I'm getting a little better, but I don't sports.
Well, we have to thank our sponsors. We have Superior Overhead Doors,
615 Insurance,
InfoRural Social Media,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
Hemisphere Wine Bar,
and Valley Growers. I was there yesterday. They
Were
have
you?
a great selection. Yes.
A lot. They have a lot, guys.
Yes. Well, if you don't have anything to do this weekend, you're not looking hard enough. We have joined the healing field of Murfreesboro as we honor veterans, fallen soldiers, and hometown heroes this weekend, May 24th through the 26th. The field is located at 265 West Thompson Lane, which is right next to the Methodist Church with the pretty windows. You can sponsor a flag and be part of the powerful tribute to those who have served and sacrificed our country. It's a moving and meaningful way to show your support. Have you ever gone to that?
I have not.
It's amazing.
Honestly, this year is the first time I've heard of that involvement on that, believe it or not.
If you drive down Thompson Lane, you just can't miss it. And pull in, take a look. It's very moving.
That's really cool.
It is very moving. On Sunday, May 25th at 1:30, there's a memorial service at the Stones River National Battlefield. The public is invited to gather at the National Cemetery rostrum to honor the sacrifices of soldiers, both past and present. The ceremony will feature patriotic music, a special guest speaker, and wreath laying.
I have heard of that, and I think they do a live on Facebook with it
Do
too.
they?
Yeah,
That would be
I
great.
feel like I watched that last year on live. It was really cool.
On Monday, the actual Memorial Day, they have Memorial Day Madness at the Boro Beach for a day of swimming, music, and prizes for the whole family. The Boro Beach opens at 10. It's located at SportsCom. Right here in Murfreesboro. Don't miss a splash-filled Memorial Day.
And it will be packed, I promise you.
And wear your sunscreen.
Standing room only in the pool.
May 31st, head on over to Hop Springs for Murfreesboro Spring Festival. They have a free petting zoo, kids activities, and you can shop from over 75 local vendors offering handmade crafts and delicious food. The event kicks off at 10 a.m. It's a lively, family, fun day, and it's an event you don't want to miss.
Oh yeah, be packed too. Prepare for traffic, guys.
Yes, yes. MTSU Hall of Famer Dwight Stone is coming back home from July 7th to July 9th. He's going to support the 16th annual Tools for School golf event alongside host and Bell Buckle native Clemson basketball legend Wayne Buckingham. They'll be joined by the former NFL and NBA stars, offering fans a rare chance to play alongside sports legends. Also, they can get autographs and take photos. Bring your cards if you have them. Support a great local cause benefiting the local youth with school supplies, leadership programs, and camps. It's a weekend of fun, giving back, and community pride.
I played this tournament last year, and
Did
it
you?
was a lot of fun. They are super nice. Everybody is great. Like you really do get to play. Like, you do some tournaments where like they just have like the celebrity or somebody comes by and they don't really sometimes play. They just kind of
Right.
hang out in the clubhouse.
Right.
Not them. They're out there like trying to beat you too, because they're competitive, because they're, you know.
Sports people.
Yes.
Not sure which one, but sports people, yes. Their actual golf event is on Monday the 9th, and there's still time to put together your own team and become a sponsor. And Wayne Buckingham will be on our show next week to tell us all about it.
That is right. Well, if you like these links, or if you if you like what we talked about, or if you forgot what we talked about just a minute ago, then you can check out the links below in our description. So make sure you go to there, and then you stick around. We'll be right back with our first guest. And we are back with our first guest, Melissa Cross of the Rutherford County Area Habitat for Humanity. And you've been on here before, so welcome back.
I love being on here with the awesome Rachel.
Thank you.
And the more awesome Lance.
I appreciate it.
More awesome.
I got more awesome.
I know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. We'll find it out later.
We'll let it slide.
Okay, just this
we'll
one.
let it slide this time.
Well, we're happy to have you back, and you are, just a little secret about, Melissa's other life. She was on HGTV, so she's a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I produce shows for HDTV
she knows what
and
she's doing.
DIY Network. So and now I'm with Habitat. Been there since 2014, and we have just great things going on. And my favorite event, which is Hammer Down for Habitat.
I like that. Hammer down.
Down.
Hammer time.
So it's a ways away. It's September 20th.
Yeah.
But it's a poker run. And so it's cars and motorcycles start at Habitat, and they go off on a 100-mile poker run around Middle Tennessee. Beautiful routes.
So people may not know what a poker run is.
Yeah, so what they do is they stop along the way. We have different stops, and they pick up poker cards for their poker hand at the end.
Oh, okay.
Where they'll get prizes for the best hand and sometimes the worst hand and all sorts of hands. But so they start out with some cards, and then they pick up cards along the way.
Where do they go? What is the route that they're
So it
taking?
starts at the Habitat office on Dr. Martin Luther King Boulevard. And then they go out, and I don't know the route yet, but it's usually beautiful scenic drives. Sometimes we have some really nice windy roads.
Yeah.
And then they end up at Hop Springs.
Okay.
So the big news is that we are partnering with the Uncle Dave Macon Days Presents Roots Rendezvous.
Oh,
So that will be happening at Hop Springs.
that's amazing.
So you start there, you drive around, you go to a little Uncle Dave making party.
Yes, so I mean, it's a big party because it will be a couple of thousand people for music and dance and all sorts of activities and food and
That's
crafts.
a great combination.
So I've, for years I've been really wanting to do that, where Hammer Down becomes, craft booths and vendors and all sorts of fun events. And so now it's happening because Roots Rendezvous wanted to partner with us.
That's awesome. How cool is that?
Very cool. So then we'll also have a display of all the cars and motorcycles there for people to see, and people love to see cars and motorcycles.
Right now, though, speaking of cars and motorcycles, you're probably trying to find people to participate.
Yes, trying to find those cars and motorcycles. So we really invite car clubs to come. We do have the Stones River Antique Automobile Association.
They have some beautiful cars.
They have some beautiful cars, and they're not all antiques.
Right.
They have, depending on how old you are, but they have 60s cars and 70s cars.
That would make me an antique. Easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Some 90s vehicles right now are considered antique
Antiques,
vehicles. So
yes. But they have tons of beautiful cars. So that's neat because they'll be displayed out there. And then all the motorcycles. And I
Right.
love looking at motorcycles and all the stuff they do to their their bikes.
They do all types of things to them, don't
Yeah.
they? It's just
Yeah.
like, some people will buy a $6,000 motorcycle and put $20,000 worth of custom parts
Yes.
on them.
That's my son with a truck.
I actually, many years ago, but I was with the DIY network and we restored a 1965 Harley.
Wow.
And that was so
That's
neat
cool.
to do. I mean, that was really fun. But yeah, so the cars and motorcycles will be there. It's actually open to any car because it's a nice drive. And so
Yeah.
you can just come in your day car
Yeah.
and drive the route, end up at Hop Springs for Roots Rendezvous.
So what you're saying is your Toyota Camry is good enough.
It is. It's good enough. Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
Toyota Camry is good enough to drive the scenic route and get you some poker cards.
Yeah,
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
And-
So
and
remind
big
us the
prizes.
date.
So it's September 20th.
Okay, September 20th.
Roots Rendezvous is actually the 19th, 20th, and 21st. So you can go to that also, but on the 20th, it will include
Wow.
the hammer down for Habitat cars.
That's so cool.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
congratulations on
Yeah.
being able to combine your
No,
events.
I love it. I love it. I love a big festival, and again, it's music and arts. The art crawl people will be there. So yeah, it'll be a fun event for everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
So over the summer, do you have any builds, any other things, events that people can participate in?
We're always building.
Okay.
Always building, and we always have things going on in the Habitat Restore.
Right.
And another kind of neat thing is that we, the Habitat and the Restore, will be at Bonnaroo this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing. So we'll have a booth showing people how to restore, recycle, repurpose, upscale things that they can buy at the Habitat Restore.
You know, that's something. Some people they watch HGTV,
Yeah.
they watch DIY, and they see these people go in with their crews, and they're just the demo's the fun part to
Right,
watch. But a
right.
lot of times you can remodel a home, you can save some of those stuff, and they can be repurposed. And people
Absolutely.
just don't realize that. They see the stuff on TV, and they get their sledgehammer from Home Depot, and they're like, I'm going to build me a new kitchen. And
Right. So
I'm guilty of that.
yeah. So we really like to take in all those things, and that's what happened when I worked for DIY Network. I would call Habitat to come pick up the windows and doors and cabinets and whatever we were replacing with other things.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a natural fit to then move to working with Habitat.
Exactly. So now you get to educate people.
Yes.
Like, they just show the good part on TV. They don't show the part where they're like, we're going to save this piece and donate it, or we're going to.
Right. But we have at the Restore, we have wonderful doors.
Yeah.
Used doors. We also have new doors.
I used to work for the Center for the Arts when I was in college,
right.
and I was their technical manager, and I did their set design and all that stuff. And I spent a lot of time over there because, sometimes if you're doing certain shows, there's what they call period pieces where you
Right.
have to have a certain look to certain
Right.
fixtures and things on what you're designing. And sometimes you can't, you definitely just nowadays can't go to Home Depot or Lowe's
Right.
and buy one of those. Sometimes you have to go hunt for it in a place like where
You can
if
find those
If you
things
love
at the
retro
Restore.
things or you're trying to have something very unique, you can find very unique stuff.
Absolutely. And we often get those TVs and those big
the big
things.
tube TVs.
The consoles?
The consoles,
consoles,
yes.
yeah.
And also the record players in
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So we often get those
Like the
kind of
cabinets.
things.
Back in the day,
cabinets.
it was all in one.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
were really wealthy, you got one of those, right?
Yeah, my grandmother has one of those, and I think she still has my great grandmother's stereo.
Yeah.
That has the built-in record
Yeah.
and stuff. Now the cabinet TV stuff,
Yeah.
I think that's long gone. I don't think we have any of those in storage
Right,
anywhere.
right.
But it is so cool to find those things. When I was a kid and I was born, we still had a cabinet TV, and my grandparents still had a cabinet. My grandparents, I was the remote.
Right?
I know. Go change the channel.
Can you turn it up some? Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned that the office was on Dr. Martin Luther King, but where is
The
this
Restore is right there,
Okay.
next to the office. And we sell to the public.
Right.
People always are thinking that we just collect that stuff for our Habitat homeowners. But no, people donate, companies donate. Sometimes we get, brand new items that are surplus items or whatever. So we've even gotten like spas and things like
Wow.
that. We
That's
have
crazy.
actually these professional massage tables right now.
Interesting, you hear that? If
Yeah.
you're looking for one.
Yeah.
We know
They're
someone.
real nice. They are very
We know a
nice.
place to get it.
Yeah.
I've been in there, and it's anything from a screw to a ceiling fan to a couch.
You can find such cool things like light
At
fixtures.
30% off right
I have
now
a-
through the 31st.
Believe it or not, in my
Yeah.
garage, I have a cabinet that I got from there like years and years ago. I lived in an apartment and I needed a little cabinet next to my washer and dryer. It wasn't there, and I didn't want something that was permanently attached. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me see what I can find. So I went in there and found one of those and a top, and I still have it to this day in my garage.
Absolutely.
That's
Good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Melissa.
Oh,
We
thank you
hope
for
that we have
having me.
tons of people show up to your cruise, and they go over to Uncle Dave Macon and they have a blast.
We're going to hammer down.
Hammer down, and we'll
Hammer
put all that
down.
information below. But yes, and
Wonderful.
thank you. Thank you for
Thank
being here
you.
again. It's always good to see you.
You are more awesome.
Oh,
Taking it back.
taking it back.
He's taking
You heard
it
it
back.
here. You heard it here. All right. Well, up next we have Purple Paw's Pet of the Week. This week's Pet of the Week is brought to us by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training, reliable obedience training for puppies and dogs of all ages. Today's pet comes from Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Meet Andy Logan. Andy Logan is a sweet and affectionate 10-year-old Beagle who was rescued from a Kentucky shelter. Andy adores people and gets along wonderfully with other dogs. He's looking for a loving home where he can spend his golden years surrounded by warmth, belly rubs, and plenty of companionship. If you're looking for a loyal fan, a loyal and gentle friend, Andy Logan might be the perfect match for you.
If you're interested in adopting Andy Logan, reach out to Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue to make Andy Logan a part of your family. And if you want to find this information, you can check it in our links in our description below. And you didn't sing your Andy Logan song, or not your belly rub song.
Yeah, I was gonna say belly rub, belly rub. Moving right along, we have Jody Warren, the development director with Greenhouse Ministries, here to make me not look so silly after lunch. Thank you for being on the show with
Thanks
us.
for having me.
I have to keep her on point,
Of
you know.
course.
But thank you so
Totally
much.
understand.
I had to get it out of her, right? You know.
It's something you'll use against me in the future online. Don't worry, don't worry.
No, Jody, thank you for being here. We appreciate you putting up with us.
No worries.
So you are with Greenhouse Ministries,
Yes.
and I one of the big points that we're just going to jump right into is that you wanted to make sure that people know that you're more than just a place for people to get food.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we do all kinds of different things, including classes for people's budgeting and finance and sewing and cooking classes. But we also help folks with getting documentation. So if they need to get a birth certificate or different things like that, we can help them get those items as well.
That's fantastic.
So you say you have all these things that you offer. Who do we offer these to? What particular type of people?
Anyone that comes into our office and needs help.
Wonderful.
We don't have any limits or regulations as to who we help. If you come into our office and meet with a peer counselor, we'll help you in any way we can.
Fantastic. Sometimes people don't know that. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't qualify. I don't have
Everyone
the."
qualifies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Great. About how many families do you think that you help on any given day?
On a daily basis, we're open Tuesday through Friday, so we are not open on Mondays. But normally Tuesday through Friday, we see on average around 70 to 75 families a day.
Wow, that's mind blowing. I had no
A
idea.
lot of people, yes.
So you're very busy.
We are very busy.
That's a
We
wonderful
only
thing,
have
though.
a staff of about 35, so
Wow.
we stay quite busy.
Very busy. But that's a wonderful thing. That means
Yes.
you're doing something right in the community if you're staying that busy.
Yes, we rely heavily on our volunteers as well. We love volunteers, and we have a great group that comes in on a daily basis, and then we have folks that come in as needed and when they have the time. So
How would you become a volunteer if you're interested in that?
we do a volunteer orientation every Thursday at 10 a.m. And also the last Saturday of every month at noon. So you can come to any of those. You just show up and we'll tell you all the things that you need to know about volunteering, and you can get to going.
There you go. Super easy.
Yeah.
It's not complicated at all.
No.
So guys, you have no reason not to volunteer.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
And for those who are handy, you have a Handy Andy program.
We do.
What does that look like?
We are looking for more people to be part of that club. You get called on maybe once a month, but if you're handy around the house, or you have a specialty, even electric or plumbing or any of those things, you can sign up to be a part of the Handy Andy Club. And we just keep you on file, so when we get a need, we'll give you a call and see if you can come out and help.
That's really cool. I had no idea about that either.
Yeah, it's not just in the facility. You can help around the community.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you have an upcoming event?
We do. We are going to be having Dirt and Details coming up, where on June 19th, we are going to tell the community all the things that we do. Anybody can come in and find out what all we do, and we're going to give tours of our facilities and just educate everyone.
So you don't mean like actual dirt. You mean like you're giving out the tea.
Yes.
You're spilling the tea.
We're spilling the tea, the dirt and the details.
I like that. That's really cool. That's really cool. And when is that again?
June 19th.
June 19th.
We're doing 2 sessions that day, one from 7 to 8:30 in the morning, and another one from 11 to 12:30. So that way you can come before work or on your lunch break.
That's really
if that makes it more convenient.
Do people need to sign up or register or
No,
anything like that?
just show
Wonderful.
up.
Just show up.
Wow, that's amazing.
You guys make everything super easy.
Yeah, we like to make it simple.
So what you're saying, if you're not involved with Greenhouse Ministries,
You should be.
It's so easy to become
Exactly.
involved. So you don't have a good excuse.
Yes.
And you guys have a lot of programs, even like financial counseling and
Yes.
and I think I saw maybe some skills with computers. There's a lot of different things.
Yep.
It's very well-rounded to help our community.
Yes, yes. We're kind of an all-encompassing, comprehensive organization. We also refer people out to other nonprofit organizations in town, because there's a lot of them that have specialties that they can help with. So we'll refer out and just figure out a way to help anyone we can.
Well, Jody, we talked about all the things that you offer. You talked about it's easy to be a volunteer, but how did you get involved with it? Tell us a little bit about that.
So I got a phone call one day from Christy Sanford, who's the executive director, and she asked me if I was interested in a position with Greenhouse. I honestly didn't know much about Greenhouse at the time. This was 3 going on almost 4 years ago, and we chatted. I came in and they were looking for somebody at the front desk at the time, and I wasn't really a front desk type person. So I turned it down, but then a year later they called me back again and recruited me for the development director position, and I absolutely love working there.
Yeah, well, that just goes to show that sometimes people aren't the right fit for what's available, but if you'll find eventually the right fit
find
for
your
you.
niche.
Yep.
If it's supposed to be, it'll work in
You'll fall into place.
Exactly.
Well, you don't run on hope and a prayer and love necessarily. That's part of it. But you also need some funds. And you have a fundraising event coming up.
Yes, we have Live in the Boro that will happen in the end of August. And we are currently looking for artists, local artists, that would like to apply to be part of that. We do kind of a America's Got Talent type deal.
That's pretty cool.
So we need some local artists that would like to participate. We do have some prizes for the ones that win. We got some judges that will be there. So
That's pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun, and we would love for people to sign up to be a part.
Wow.
So artists is pretty broad.
It is.
So paint, photography, clay,
Comedians,
sculptures.
singers,
wow.
musicians, anything you do, whatever talent you have.
Do you have an X? You got the buzzer? You know? Nope.
No.
Go on.
Not quite that vicious.
So do you when you sign up to be an artist, there is a fee, right?
No.
No. So
No fee.
How does the fundraising come into this?
So the fundraising is at the actual event.
Okay.
We do a live and silent auction and tell about Greenhouse some more, and we have some other donation opportunities that evening.
I love.
Do you have sponsors that could possibly sponsor as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We
That's
are
always
always
good.
looking for sponsors, and we also do where you can buy a table for the event. It's a 10 seats, so you get a plated dinner. And you get to decorate the table with your organization however you want to do it.
Hear that, business owners? You hear that out there?
Yeah.
It's a great way to connect with the community as a business owner and support Greenhouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really amazing. Well, that sounds like a blast.
It is. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. It's at MTSU Student Union Ballroom, so great location.
Beautiful location.
Yep, so we have a blast.
Tell me the date of that again.
It's August.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Put her on the spot. It's in August.
It's
in August.
It's in August.
It's in August.
You can go to liveintheborough.org.
There you go. It'll give you
There
more
we go.
information
And
on
that
it.
website will tell you all about it, and you can also sign up as an artist at that website.
And we have that in our links below.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have that for everybody to go and check out. And then when we get closer, we'll talk about it in events.
There you go.
There we go.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much, Jody, for
Thank
being
you
here. We
so
really do
much.
appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
having
being
me.
here.
Well, guys, stop. Don't scroll just yet. We'll be right back after this message.
Russ Stover for Superior Overhead Doors. Russ, you work with some of the best builders in Middle Tennessee, and they trust you. Why would this be important to a homeowner?
Since we've done work for Old South probably since 1997, we also do Harney Homes, which are two very large builders in the Middle Tennessee area. I mean, if they trust us with thousands and thousands of homes a year and have for a long time. So I think our trustworthiness as to doing the service and doing our job right speaks for itself.
And your motto is?
Do it once, do it right.
Superior Overhead Doors, serving Middle Tennessee for over 30 years. Check them out at superiordoorsofTN.com.
Well, we are back, and we want to thank you guys so much for watching this far. And that's it, that's all.
Well, wait a minute. We do have someone special I would like to call out
Okay,
their
all
birthday.
right.
Not necessarily a celebrity for people out there, but a celebrity in my life. Today is my boyfriend Dave's double nickel birthday.
What does that mean?
55.
Oh, okay.
Which
Double
means
nickel.
discounts at the grocery store and the clothing store. So we're going to shop together, which he hates. We should go shopping tonight.
That was like the grandma authorities of double nickel birthday.
So happy birthday to you, Dave.
I'm gonna get you a silver dollar.
We got running boards for his truck.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that works.
Well, thank you guys again so much for watching. Happy birthday, Dave. And well, that's it for this week. We had a great show today. We had some really good
Two great
organizations.
nonprofits.
I know.
Yeah.
And we love our nonprofits, and we want you to go support them. So please go and support our nonprofits.
Some great events.
Yeah, great events. We have more events coming up next week. We got great guests next week
Yes.
too. We are jam-packed.
We are. As we get ready for summer, we are making sure that we have a great guest list.
We do.
It took me a minute to spit that one out, but yeah, we have a great guest list right as we're gearing into summer.
There we go. And we have to thank our wonderful sponsors. Without them, we can't do the show. So we have Superior Overhead Doors,
Titan Media Works,
Infrarural Social Media,
615 Insurance,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
of course, Hemispheres Wine Bar.
and we can't forget, if you got to get your pet trained, if you're looking for training, sit dog training. They're great.
And Valley Growers has been our sponsor as well. I was actually there yesterday with my daughter, and we got some plants and a plum tree, and I can't wait to have those
A plum tree?
Yeah.
I don't know about fruit. I'm a lawn guy. I don't know if I want fruit dropping down in my yard.
Lawn and ferns. You need a fern.
I did. Now I need more flowers.
Well, they have a buy one get one free thing going on.
Sweet.
Just FYI.
Fantastic. Well, one thing we got to make sure you do, guys, if you love today, and if you love what we have going on, and you want to see more nonprofits and more great guests, like last week we had some amazing guests. So if you missed that show, go back and watch.
That's definitely a go back and watch.
That was an energetic interview with both guests. We had Alex Blue and we had Kelly Beam.
Yeah.
So, there's great guests. So go back and watch, guys. There's no reason not to.
Learn about our community and all the great things it offers.
Absolutely. And they got some homework, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The homework is to like and share and comment and tag your friends if there's an event that you think they're interested in.
Yeah.
And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe.
Yep, and then we also have to make sure that we thank our wonderful, wonderful staff. We have Neil, who produces the show. We have Maria that does all the other fun, getting everything out there so you guys can actually watch it. And we have Stevens, who
Another May birthday.
Another May birthday. May's
gosh.
a strong month.
It is. There's so many birthdays this
We had
month.
some busy parents in August.
And Neil's is coming up next week.
Sorry, I had to. Had to point it out.
My birthday's in November,
Hey,
so
Neil
Valentine's Day.
Neil turned blood red when I said that. And it wasn't like a mad red. It was.
No, he's like, I can't believe you just said that. Oh my gosh.
Then we also have to once again thank Hemisphere
Yes.
and Tammy. She's basically like part of our staff. We might as well
Part
call
of
her
our family.
Yeah, she's part of the Good Morning Murfreesboro family for sure. And from all of us here at Good Morning Murfreesboro, we wish you a happy Memorial Day and a great weekend.
If you're going to do it here in Murfreesboro. See you next week.